Liverpool v everybody. Liverpool 2, Atletico Madrid 2, halftime at the Juan Metropolitan. Question: Is it ever too early to score a goal or to score goals? Um, because that first 13, 14 minutes, we were all over them. And we looked like a team that was really trying to make a statement. This team has gotten the better of us in the past, as well as other Spanish teams. Obviously, we get one over Barcelona, but Atleti, Real, even Sevilla have performed quite well against us, and they would. They're all good teams in their own respect. And this team is just as good and may be the best of those currently. Um, you want to get excited when we get those goals, and of course I did, but I always knew one is too early in this Atletico. At home at that stadium, the game was far from over. But the sloppiness on our end, and give Atletico credit for what they do, but sometimes I wonder if Klopp can take a page out of a different manager's book and be more pragmatic, maybe be more defensive. I know it's too early. You don't necessarily want to set up shop and park the bus for the rest of the game, but there's certain things that you can do differently to not allow your team to be wide open like that on the counter. Shout out to Griezmann, 2 goals. A lot of people think as a player he's a guy that's long past it, coming back to Atletico, but this guy Lamar, Tomas Lamar, just working out on us, man, on the flanks, whether it be Naby, Trent. Trent did have a good saving sort of clearance at one point there, but Naby, great goal. We know that he's capable of doing the dramatic, even if it shocks himself, let alone us. But defensively, he's just getting ate up. And just sloppy stuff, like just really panicked sort of things. Allison clears the ball there, it ricochets off Matip. The mentality sometimes with this team, instead of, being a team, like I said a few minutes ago, that we want to make a statement, the only statement that's being made is that we're capable of being typical Liverpool, getting the lead and then just having it crash like that. Now, this second half is going to be fascinating, but that crowd there, that energy they're giving the team, it's incredible. And it's funny because it's 14 minutes in between their goal, which is the number of our captain Henderson. It's 6 minutes in between our 2 goals, which is their captain Koke's number. It's probably just a coincidence, but I just thought I'd throw that out there. Proud of the start in the first 13, 14 minutes, but we got to turn this around now. Now it's a game. Now it's a game where it was always going to be one, and that's why I said my opening question was, is it possible that you can score too soon, too early? Atletico are the better team right now. Closing that second half out, they're the better team. And that's just what it is. We have got to come back out and do what we did in those first few minutes, but better, to be honest. And that counter is deadly, whether it's João Felix, whether it's Lamar, or whether it's Griezmann. This is a tough team. And I like the matchup there between Trippier and Mane. I want Mane to keep a level head. I think he flailed or swung an arm at him, ill-advised or not. I mean, accidentally or not, I don't know. But we know what these teams do. And I don't want to, like when Klopp said about the second leg that season, I hated that he said that. I know he was asked about that in the pre-match. You should never blame the other team's tactics. Just beat them. You know what these Spanish teams do. Deal with it, or do it back, or whatever. But just get the result. There's no need in crying about it after the game. So, again, I don't want it to come down to that. Hopefully, because Atletico are playing incredible, and they started playing incredible the moment they scored their goal. So we've got to come back out here and watching some of the highlights now. Milner gets that first goal actually, as they show in the replay early in the game. But I think we got to put Fabinho there at the 6. I really hope we're not seeing Naby in there. It should be Fabinho on the 6, and then maybe, unless you're going to take Milner out and put Naby over there and then have Hendo. But Naby's defensive sort of mentality just isn't there, at least in that first 45. I mean, the way Lamar just shook him to get past him and get the pass to the goal, the fact that Koke can just basically pass it through the whole defense. There's a dozen yellow, well, obviously not a dozen, but there's a bunch of yellows, like a circle of yellow shirts. I'm watching it right now, and there's Griezmann in the middle of it, monkey in the middle, boom, goal. And that's only going to lift them. You got Simeone dancing and pumping on the sideline like he does. I mean, for me, he's always been my second favorite manager. What he's able to do with that team is incredible. But, look, at the end of the day, it's about us, and we really have got to turn it on in the second half. Klopp, if I'm Klopp, I'm livid at halftime. And, hopefully whatever he says at halftime gets to the boys and then come out and have a second half, a better second half, because the way we started, to get a result other than a win would feel like a loss. Even a draw at this point would feel like a loss. So it's up to us. Look ourselves in the mirror, and we have got to learn from these. You feel like we would have at this point, but this is a reminder of sometimes we just get, I don't know if it's us just getting complacent or what, but there's no need for this game to be 2-2 right now at all. So looking forward to the second half. Hope you guys enjoyed the first. Talk to you soon.